Well, hello and a very warm welcome once again to Kielce in Poland. We're just over 100 kilometers south of the Polish capital, Warsaw, and you join us at the Hala Legionów for further action from the 2021 AIBA Youth World Boxing Championships for men and women. We're on the third day of action, and we will have a scheduled 12 bouts coming your way in this fourth session of competition on Ring A. But we do have one walkover listed already. That's in the men's 60-kilogram lightweight division. More on that as we approach that contest. So the scheduled 12 contests reduced down to 11, but still plenty of exhilarating action to come from some of the best young boxers in the world. This a tournament open to athletes born in the years 2003 and 2004, so between 17 and 19 years of age, preparing to try and take a step closer to the medal positions and indeed the ultimate position of the gold medal plinth here in Poland. First global boxing competition staged in the country, and they are doing a magnificent job, the local organizing committee, dressing the Hala Legionów, which is ordinarily a venue for handball, seats some 4,000 at its capacity, but of course we are in pandemic times due to COVID-19, so no fans in attendance, unfortunately, but they are still the athletes boxing on a terrific stage. Magnificent organization between the local organizing committee and AIBA, ensuring that the athletes are safe. You can see that distancing is in effect. It's effectively a bubble environment. Hand sanitizers on just about every wall and doorway, every door and walkway. And so ensuring that the athletes and everybody associated with putting this tournament on are safe and can continue to compete to the best of their ability. So last-minute administration is taking place under the watchful eye of the officials in position here. And it really has been a fantastic competition so far. We'll see the flyweights in action for the second time after they opened their campaign on the opening day of Kielce 2021. 2 rings in operation. Always a question, of course, as to whether athletes can be inspired or indeed inhibited by the presence of spectators. But the opportunity to box on the global stage, well, many of these youngsters are simply relishing this. And of course, these are names, if you're into AIBA and Olympic-style boxing, well worth making a note of, because we could well see them gracing the elite world championships in just a couple of years' time, and indeed the Olympic Games as well.
Welcome boxer from Kyrgyzstan, Tilek Ululu Zakshilik.
So our first bout will be in the 52-kilogram flyweight division.
And his opponent in the blue corner,
Kyrgyzstan and Nicaragua.
Guerrero Guarda Nelson. Judge assignments. Judge 1, Kazakhstan. 2, United States. 3, Singapore. 4, Taipei. 5, India. Referee, Ramai Naim, Croatia.
Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 82 in the repeat, 52 kilograms for men. Into the red corner, please welcome from Hernandez.
So there then, the 5 judges who will score this contest. They hail from Kazakhstan, United States of America, Singapore, Chinese Taipei, and India. Remember, the 10-point must system is in effect, which, as the name suggests, one boxer must score 10. And there is the man from Kyrgyzstan, Zakshilik Tilek Ulu, preparing for his first bout of this competition, having had a bye in the first preliminary round. Nelson Guerrero Kodara, he was a unanimous decision winner, 29-28 on all 5 scorecards over his opponent from Romania. That was on the opening day of competition. just a couple of days ago. Boxers, of course, will approach the ring without the head guard. That will be applied once they are up in the roped square. Final check to ensure that gum shields and protective cups are present.
Round one.
And we're underway. 52 kilogram flyweight action, the second preliminary round, the round of 16. Got 28 boxers contesting the 52 kilogram weight class. The slightly shorter boxer, wearing red, is Tilek Ulu from Kyrgyzstan. His opponent, rangy-looking boxer, is Nelson Guerrero Quadra. Of course, with it being Guerrero's second bout of the tournament, he's used to the atmosphere, he's used to the canvas. His previous contest was here in Ring A, these athletes at the top of the draw. So how quickly will Tilek Ulu be able to adjust? He's just been picked off by a nice right cross there by Guerrero. He's using the space of the boxing ring effectively. Nice right hand to the body. A nice right hand to the head after a left hand to the body scored by Tilek Ulu. And he's looking for that same combination once again. But he catches another right cross. This one came on a downward trajectory from Guerrero. And that shot just giving you an idea of the footwork, how the boxers are working to create their opportunities and options, dancing in and out with the feet. Sometimes it's almost imperceptible, but just closing the gap a fraction of an inch. That quick-footed move can take them into punching range and have them unload their own salvos. Nice defense from Guerrero, kept his composure when he was near the corner and came back with a strong right cross once again. He's used that shot effectively against the advancing boxer wearing red. Good defense while on the ropes. He came square, but he tucked up tightly behind his gloves and forearms, did Guerrero. Final right hand of that flurry did get through from the boxer in blue. And he's looking for the right hand once again. Jab not really snapping out. He was pushing it out in a circular motion, but you can see he's a boxer who likes to operate behind a low-held guard. Try and bring that jab up from unexpected and unseen angles. Looking for that left hand to the body once again is Tilek Ulu. But he's been spoken to about punching incorrectly with the inside part of the glove rather than the knuckle part of the glove. Right hand landed by Guerrero, was countered by a left from Tilek Ulu, and then Guerrero came back with a right hand once again. Nudging right hand success on the inside from the boxer wearing red. So the first round in the book. Very competitive round as well. And again, just a reminder that with the live transparent scoring AIBA implement, we are able to bring you the scores immediately at the conclusions of round 1 and 2, and then we'll wait for the verdict before the total tallies are revealed. But you can see 4 judges favoring the work of the taller figure from Nicaragua, wearing blue, Nelson Guerrero, competing in his second bout of Kielce 2021. Some of the action from that opening round is an example of the good defense erected by Guerrero. So he'll be aware of the score. Tilek Ulu.
Round 2.
As we go into the second round. Tilek Ulu, the 18-year-old, comes in with national championship success in the youth category in the 2019 edition in his homeland. Tilek looking to get to grips with the more rangy boxer. His right hand wasn't too far away. Part of a 9-strong Kyrgyzstan boxing team. Oh, that's a beautiful right hand and then a left hand during a terrific period of success. The bull rush neutralized by Guerrero, dipping at the knees and picking him up in a fireman's lift. So Guerrero looking to establish that right hand once again. Just mentioning the fact that Kyrgyzstan come here with a 9-man team, no women in their squad, and they got athletes in 9 of the 10 weight categories, every weight division other than the 91-kilogram heavyweight class. As for Nelson Guerrero, he's here as part of a 2-man squad, just he and the 60-kilogram lightweight boxer representing their nation on the global stage. Guerrero looking for that right hand once again, but look at Tilek bustle away with punches to the body. And for my money, that's good to see, because oftentimes in Olympic-style boxing, you see the boxers get into close range and wait for the referee to call break and use it to take a breather rather than seize the opportunity to work away. And of course, infighting is an art in itself, and you get the impression that Tilek perhaps more suited to that type of work as he lands a good right hand once again, changing his posture now, hands down by his belt line, just trying to present a different look to Guerrero, who's off the mark with his straight shot attempts. Nice maneuvers once again from Tilek, who really is increasing in confidence here now. That's the sense I get from ringside at the Hala Legianov. And that's another talking to in the direction of Guerrero from the referee, who on the resumption, Guerrero landing a beautiful right cross. Tilek looking for his own left jab. Again, looking to time that lead left hand and use his feet, and didn't he do so well there, but he caught a left hook on the way out. Closing 20 seconds or so of the second round. Tilek with a far better round than he had in the first, which he conceded 4-1. Looking to make it physical and pushing his opponent off on the command of break. The referee speaking to him about that infringement. Now here, see, the boxers leaning on one another, and surely the more compact figure in red should be bursting away with punches to the body. He tries that turn away from the right hand again, but he did catch a glancing blow. The action and the intensity increasing during the course of that second round. Tilek with more success, but he's still only taken it for the same observer. Sean Reese of the United States of America favoring the work of Tilek in both rounds 1 and 2. The other 4 judges all favoring the skill set of Guerrero through 2 completed rounds. There's an example of the right hand success, and then followed by a left over the top from Tilek and look at how he was able to score to the body. But then, in subsequent comings together, he elected to lean on, as did Guerrero. I just think if you're a fighter, a boxer of that stature, and body punching, as you see the good right crosses landed by Guerrero.
Seconds out, please.
Body punching, inside work is a vital asset in your armory.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. And to all intents and purposes, the boxer in red needs an enormous final round. Kyrgyz national youth champion during the course of his extensive AIBA boxing career in the schoolboy, junior, and now the youth ranks for Tilek made to miss there. Plenty of feints from both boxers as they employ the layback and look to sway away from punches. You can see Tilek looking for that counter right hand. He did land it, but he didn't land it correctly during the course of that exchange. Guerrero comes in with national championship success under his belt as well. Nice left-right combination from Tilek. But he must be aware of the status of the contest, as you see him trying to spin away from that right cross once again. But on more than one occasion, the end of the right cross has grazed him, and they were 2 beautiful straight shots landed by Guerrero. Left and right, spearing the man in red. as he lands a right hand on the inside, but then as he was trying to retreat, he was put on the end of a long, strong right cross. Terrific exchanges, and that's a fantastic right cross landed by the man in blue. He turns it into a hook around the corner. Tilek Ulu bites down and steps right back into the pocket, but then on the break, two clean punches landed by Guerrero. And punches, well, you don't want to be taking more than is necessary. It's a vital part of the sport, of course, an intrinsic part of the sport, but you don't expect to be clocked on the break like that. Guerrero perhaps lucky not to be penalized because the command of break was clear and he helped himself to 2 free shots. Tilek Ulu showing a stout and sturdy set of whiskers, if he is indeed shaving yet. Tilek Ulu, just 18 years of age, but he's got a solid chin nonetheless. But I get the sense that he's being shaded in this round and he needs a big round to get back to parity. He's trailing 20-18 for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. It's physical on the inside, the referee allowing them to work before issuing the command of stop. Remember, AIBA style, AIBA referees will only issue 4 commands: stop, box, break, and time. And there you see he's trying to turn his head away again. Needs superb reflexes and timing, because if you've got a man with retractable arms like Guerrero appears to have, if that shot keeps on coming, well, you're going to get caught on the end of it, and that is the fate that has befallen Tilek Ulu on a number of occasions in this contest. A very good contest to open our 3rd day of action here, in this 4th session of boxing. But Guerrero, there were some eye-catching exchanges, but Guerrero was tending to have the final word, because as the man was trying to retreat, just as we saw in that replay there, the long arms were able to extend and put him on the end of right crosses like that. He used that punch to terrific effect throughout the course of this bout, and on one occasion he visibly dipped the knees of Tilek Ulu. During the ensuing tear-up, that's when Guerrero,
ladies and gentlemen,
helped himself to 2 free shots right there. Here's the verdict.
Split decision is the boxer from the red corner.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Tilek.
Well, I do find that surprising. How has he turned that around when he was trailing 2018? Excuse me, he was up 2018. So yes, that is indeed the correct verdict. A very good performance by Tilek Ulu. As there you see confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 70.
A 4-1 split decision winner.
Ring A, men's fly
for the man from Kyrgyzstan.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Ukraine, Tsikalo Ruslan. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Moldova, Tyranu Mikhail.
So we remain in the 52-kilogram flyweight division. This one between boxers from Ukraine and Moldova. See the judges from the Czech Republic, Scotland, Hungary, Argentina, and Kyrgyzstan.
Republic, 2, Scotland, 3, Hungary, 4, Argentina, 5, Kyrgyzstan. Referee, Tina Poletan, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
So Ruslan Tysanko in the red corner representing Ukraine, preparing for his 2nd bout of Kielce 2021, as is Mihail Tarnu. And these 2 skillful operators should provide a fantastic contest in their 2nd outings of Kielce 2021. Referee is from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Tina Politan just checking the equipment of both athletes before calling them to center ring, where we await the opening bell.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. 52-kilogram flyweight action between boxers from Ukraine and Moldova. The southpaw, wearing red, is Ruslan Tsikalo. His opponent, wearing blue, Mihail Taranu, represents Moldova. Both of these men progressing through to this round of 16 with very impressive displays in their opening contest. Tsikalo produced a terrific display as he's put on the end of a left hand from the boxer in blue, but he produced a terrific display to prevail with a unanimous point decision victory over Lorenzo Face from Italy. See him reaching for that southpaw left, which is a really strong shot in his arsenal. But then the man from Moldova produced a similar contest, a similar performance, replete with skill, to eliminate the man from Morocco, Yassine Kenitri. So plenty of feinting here as both of these boxers look to exploit their speed and score on the counter. Tsikalo spoken to about the roughhouse tactics with the heel of his hand and the inside of the glove. So midway through the opening round, speed of movement from both boxers causing the opponent to miss. Nice right hand landed by Tsikalo. Just see falling short with the jab, but how about that for a double 1-2 from Tsikalo? Out of that southpaw stance, right jab, left cross twice. And in a contest that is as tight as this, such eye-catching success could well be the difference as he lands with the same combination again. Measuring his man terrifically to put him on the end of straight punches. And Taranu's enduring a difficult period of the round here. He'll be aware of that. He goes in pursuit of Tsikalo, looking to get his own offense away. But Tsikalo has really found the range with those straight strikes from both flanks. Spearing right jab, rapier-like left cross. Taranu falling short as another left cross lands for Tsikalo. Nice left hand success once again, and having enjoyed such a strong portion of the round, Tsikalo beginning to relax in his work now, up on his toes, hands down by his belt line, just demonstrating to Taranu that he has bossed that opening 3 minutes. A very good performance indeed by the man in red. And here's confirmation, 10-9 for 4 of the judges. The observer from Kyrgyzstan making it 10-8. And remember, in AIBA style boxing, in the 10-point must system, 10-8 doesn't mean that a boxer has been on the floor, as is the convention in the professional code. It means that the round has been won by a clear winner. And the manner in which he put his punches together, I think Tsikalo most certainly did that. Very good display indeed in the opening 3 minutes for the man in red.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then, Ruslan Tsikalo, the 17-year-old, part of a 19-strong Ukrainian boxing squad. Maximum number of 10 male entrants, along with 9 women as well. Podium finisher in his recent youth championships. And how about that for straight punch picking once more? Terrific shot selection and execution by Tsikalo. The straight punches consistently beating his man to the punch. And Taranu is struggling to get to grips with this fleet-footed figure in red. There's a left-hand success for Taranu, but it was countered by a southpaw left from Tsikalo. Tsikalo is fellow 17. Taranu is fellow 17-year-old. as he lands a right hand. Taranu trying to increase his urgency now and close the distance, because he knows that he conceded the opening round across the board. He's having some more successes, but he's got to get shot. He's got to enjoy a portion of the round, as Sikalo did in the opening round, where he really seized control around the midpoint, and that's a beautiful lead left hook, followed up by more ramrod straight right hands out of that southpaw stance. Terrific punch picking by Sikalo once again. And then once more, left-right combination, and he's moving beautifully, is Ruslan Sikalo, and that is making the task for Taranu more difficult. He's got to try and get to grips with this man in red and pin him down, but he's picked off by a clean left cross without reply once again. All of these punches piling up points and no doubt frustrating Taranu. Man who's experienced podium success on the continental stage in recent years in both the junior and youth ranks. But a standing count issued because of the sustained success enjoyed by the sharp shooting accuracy of Ruslan Sikalo. While loading up on that left hand and was short by some distance, Sikalo comes back with a right jab. Two men fencing with the lead hands now. But Taranu has got to increase the intensity, picked off by an eye-catching single left cross, followed by a left jab, which was fired up from around Sikalo's kneecap. Left hook off the ropes, and he really is demonstrating the full range of his repertoire here now. Ruslan Sikalo with a brilliant display in the second round, producing a standing count, and Mihail Taranu of Moldova is going to have it all to do going into the third and final round. Remember, one judge scored the opening round 10-8, and 3 judges have given the second round to Sikalo by that same margin. A clear winner indeed, as he sweeps the second round unanimously once again. But once more, as the round progressed, he increased his dominance, really asserted his authority on the contest. And a flurry of blows without reply, eye-catching singles just snapping Taranu's head back. And this man will want to continue boxing in the same vein and not present an opportunity
Second
for
round, please.
the European youth silver medalist to get back in the contest. This man has a mountain to climb.
Round 2.
So into the third and final round then. Sikalo using that right jab to just disrupt the attempted forward momentum of Taranu. Taranu hasn't been able to establish any type of flow or fluidity through the 2 completed rounds so far. He's a wonderfully skillful boxer, but the puzzle that is in front of him is proving too difficult to solve. Sikalo presenting different looks, changing things up, but invariably it's the single right hand that crashes home. Lands the same shot once again with a bent arm before he spins back to the space of the ring. He was claimed in a clinch at close quarters. Final word once again goes to the man in red, who crashes home a left hand once more. Left hand success, even when off balance, landed by Sikalo. And when he's in this type of groove, he's proving very difficult to disrupt the Ukrainian boxer wearing red. So Taranu running out of time as he tries to overturn the significant deficit that he faces. Pecking right jab flicked out and scores from Sikalo. Tempting and teasing with his lead right hand. But he's going to have to be careful about how he conducts himself. Spoken to on a few occasions by the referee from Bosnia-Herzegovina, Tina Politan, about not keeping his head up, as another straight shot volley crashes home for the second standing count of the contest. Remember, a maximum of 4 8 counts permitted in AIBA youth boxing. Well, Sakalo is using the boxing ring magnificently. Look at that, into space, back out, and when he steps back into range, rapid fire combination punches, scoring effectively. And Taranu really being bamboozled by the brilliant boxing being produced by the man in red. Nice defensive maneuvers, bobbing and weaving, spinning off the ropes. Big swing and a miss from Taranu, who really is going for the fences now, looking to take his man out with a single shot, but Sakalo has been difficult to tag cleanly all contest long. Made the man miss and then made him pay with a counter single right jab. Terrific performance by Ruslan Sakalo, as he scores with the lead right hand once again. And even though there have been some eye-catching combinations like that one just before the bell, so much of the good work from Ruslan Sakalo of Ukraine was produced off his lead right hand. In evidence right there. Scoring, spinning away. Pivoting away from the advancing boxer in blue. And Mihail Taranu, a continental silver medalist, eliminated on the global stage here in the second preliminary round, and it is Sakalo from Ukraine who will go through.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the
the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the red corner, Muratuli Kenshe, Kazakhstan.
Well, this most certainly is Ruslan Sakalo. Kenzie Muratuli will be up in the boxing ring next. Disappointment for Mihail Taranu. European Championship silver medalist eliminated. And now Ruslan Sakalo makes it 2 wins out of 2. Dominant display. And now 1 win away from a place on the medal podium. He will go through to face off against Jacques Silik Ulu of Kyrgyzstan.
Ukraine.
So the public address announcer was 1 bout ahead, introducing boxers or announcing boxers from the next contest. But here in the second bout, bout number 71 on the 4th day of action, it is Sakalo who goes through, having produced a sensational display. And will remain in the 52-kilogram flyweight division for our next contest between boxers from Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Well, just to mention that if you're used to watching AIBA boxing and the contests flow one after another.
Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 72.
There's been discussion as to whether bouts should start at prescribed times in the event
into the
of a
red
stoppage
corner.
or one going early or late.
From
But the action
Kazakhstan,
continues here.
Muratuli Kenshe.
So here comes the Kazakh representative in this men's 52-kilogram flyweight contest, our 3rd bout of the afternoon.
And his
here
opponent in the blue corner,
and here it is Kenzie
representing Uzbekistan,
Muratuli.
Musafarov Shakhsot.
His opponent from Uzbekistan, Shakhzod Muzaffarov. And this is 2 confident boxers facing off for their second contest of Kielce 2021.
Judge 1, Moldavia. 2, Singapore.
So here then
3,
are the 5
Malaysia.
scoring judges
4,
from Moldova,
Italy.
Singapore,
5,
Malaysia, Italy,
Ukraine.
and Ukraine.
Referee
10-point must system in effect
Czech
once
Republic.
again. Well, there is Kenzie Muratuli, who won by unanimous points decision over Scotland's Lennon Mulligan in what was a competitive contest to open the 52-kilogram flyweight tournament, or on day 1 of the flyweight tournament. And his opponent Shahzad Muzaffarov was also a unanimous points decision winner, prevailing over the man from Iran, Mustafa Rigi. So our referee is from the Czech Republic. And it's always a keenly anticipated affair when the Central Asian nations, the neighboring nations of Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, face off within the boxing ring. So much success since their independence, completely different schools of boxing. But my goodness, this one have national bragging rights at stake. Having to be told to step back by our referee because they are keen to enter the fray and get this one underway. We're in the 52-kilogram flyweight division, and it's between boxers from Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. The man in red is Kenzi Muratuli. His opponent wearing blue is the Uzbek boxer Shahzad Muzaffarov. Beautiful right hand landed by the man in blue. And there's looking for that same shot once again, but he takes the counter left hand from the southpaw in red. But Muzaffarov appears to be a confidence type athlete. Once he establishes his flow, he looks to assert his confidence and frustrate and take his opponents out of their game. That's what he did to real effect sometimes during the clinches in his opening bout against the boxer from Iran on the 14th of April, when he just held him and was rapping him on the head as though he's knocking on a door, against the rules, but just to try and frustrate the man as he's having more right-hand success in the opening portion of this first round. Nice work to the body from Muratuli, digging away with that left hand as the two boxers tangling on the inside. Straight back into the fray steps Muzaffarov, and he lands with a left hand as he sprung back into range. Quick-footed attacks being launched by the boxer from Uzbekistan. Muratuli looking for that left hand to the body once again. Beautiful punch picking once more. Reverse 1-2 from Muzaffarov. Better than the single shot success landed by Muratuli. Lead left hook not too far away. Muratuli looking to counter. But the quickness of Muzaffarov paying dividends in this opening round, and there's a right hand to the body, left hook to the head landed by the boxer in blue. Muratuli dropping his hands now, trying to present a trap for the man in blue, but he obliges by landing a leaping lead left hook. Same shot once again, same success. Muratuli, well, he's being beaten to the punch repeatedly here. Nice shot landed upstairs by Muratuli in red. But there's another right hand lead against the southpaw landed by Muzaffarov. So Muratuli edging forwards, but he's picked off by a beautiful right hand, which was turned into an uppercut by Muzaffarov. Right hand success once again. And traditional coaching manuals will tell you that the right hand an effective antidote against the southpaw. And hasn't Muzaffarov demonstrated that during the course of this opening round as he lands with his Sunday punch once again. The right cross, a really effective punch for the boxer in blue in that opening round of boxing. He appears to be slightly more compact than his opponent from Kazakhstan, but he used his feet terrifically, and that is why he has swept the board. 10-9 for all 5 scoring judges in favor of the boxer from Uzbekistan. Very good performance indeed, and there's an example of the speed of hand and foot that he was able to utilize to consistently get his offense away first.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. And the boxer in blue, Shahzad Muzaffarov, The quite brilliant opening 3 minutes to sweep the board, 10-9 for all 5 judges, and the punch that served him so well in the opening 3 minutes, right on target in the opening seconds of this second round. The right hand catching the advancing Muratuli, who is trying to quicken his feet now, and credit to him for that because he's aware that he conceded the opening round for all 5 judges, but he's run into a right cross once again. Terrific timing from Muzaffarov. Watching, waiting, and then looking to uncoil that right cross to catch the Kazakh boxer as he's attempting to come in. Turned it into a half hook, half uppercut, and then lands another right cross after that. Beautiful right cross, but it was countered by a backhand out of the southpaw stance from Muratuli, who perhaps is beginning to get his timing together in a bid to overturn the deficit that he accrued in that opening round. And again, you have to credit Muratuli, who would have been told by his corner that, listen, you've lost that opening round, get out there and do something different. He's keeping his composure, he's keeping his shape, but he is trying to increase his work rate and quicken his feet. But he's being picked off by singles. He did counter with a left cross of his own. 2-1 again in favor of Muzaffarov. Terrific left hook in the as he spun off the line from Muzaffarov. Just beyond the midpoint of the second round. Left hand landed on the inside by Muratuli. Muratuli losing his footing as he launched a fully committed left cross. But look at the concentration evident on the faces of the boxers as they work for their openings. Or the swarming attack in flailing fashion from Muzaffarov, but it was off the mark. That right cross certainly wasn't. And Muratuli hasn't found an answer to evade that punch. Same shot, same success once again for Muzaffarov. And again, he is just sticking to what's working, and it's worked beautifully for him so far through the portion of boxing we have had. One completed round and almost another one in the book. Just 30 seconds to go here in the second round. This time, the left cross, the left jab catches the advancing Muratuli after the right hand fell short. But you have to credit Muratuli, the reigning Kazakh national champion in the youth category, because he keeps on coming. He's remaining committed to his mission, but he's hit by a single lead left hook. And when you score with solid singles like that, that jolt the head back, they really are noticeable. And one suspects that is going to be another round in favor of the boxer in blue. Again, live scoring available, and there is confirmation. 2 rounds in the book, both of them scored unanimously of Shahzad Muzaffarov, who is picking his punches exquisitely through 6 completed minutes. Some of the action from that second round.
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. And right while the bell was still reverberating around the arena, the man in blue helped himself to another beautifully timed right cross. And he's goading his man now. Again, I talked about the manner in which he tries to frustrate his opponents once he gets on top. And you saw him waving the man in as if to say, okay, come on with it. And now the showboating begins, and that is no disrespect to his opponent. It's just to try and get in his mind and frustrate him further as he continues to feed him a flicking left jab, piling up the points. Muratuli, he's compelled to go after his man as he lands with a flashing left cross out of that southpaw stance. But he's got, well, it's just making his mission more difficult because the timing of Muzaffarov has been such that when he's coming forwards and he's put on the end of a cluster of body punches before a 2-shot success upstairs from the man in blue, that in trying to close the gap and get to grips with him, he's just walking on to the well-timed punch picking coming from the fists of Muzaffarov. Nudging right hand landed once again from Muzaffarov. And Muratuli will be aware of the time, score, context of this contest. Running out of time as we approach the midpoint of the third and final round. Nudging right hand landed as a hook by Muzaffarov on the inside. Then another flicking jab up on his toes, moving laterally left and right in free-flowing fashion. Muratuli into a clinch, but that is not where he wants to be. He's got to try and find a home for his longer straight punches, but he hasn't been able to slow down the beautiful movement of Muzaffarov, and nor has he been able to evade the punches that have been pushed out in rapid-fire fashion. Good right hand to the body from Muzaffarov, left hand over the top from Muratuli in response. The right hand was a pecking shot landed by the boxer in red. It was countered by a left jab from Muzaffarov. Lead left hook spinning out of the corner. Check left hook landed by Muzaffarov, who really is showing wonderful variety here in the boxing ring. His success was predicated on that right hand lead. Most of it came off that. And then he just has gone through his range of shots, picking the appropriate one out of the tool bag. And invariably he has had success with it, far more sustained success than Muratuli, who has had his moments, and even during that exchange, the most solid shot was the final right hand, like that one landed by Muzaffarov. This has been a brilliant display in this battle between two hotly contested rival boxing nations, but this one was turned into pretty much a procession. Such was the beautiful boxing produced by the man in blue, Shahzad Muzaffarov, with a wonderful display. The right hand scored repeatedly, all contest long. Muratuli couldn't evade it. Kazakh national champion eliminated. Let's get confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Muzaffarov Shahzad.
And there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for Shahzad Muzaffarov. Wide margin of victory for the judge from Singapore. Closer for the judge from Ukraine. And he is rightly elated with the terrific performance that he produced. Credit to Kenji Muratuli, he never stopped competing.
Bout number
the final round for Judge
in ring A, men's fly, 52 kilograms.
My goodness, over the course of the 3-3-minute round,
welcome boxer
the sharp shooting boxing of Shahzad Muzaffarov was a delight to behold. He goes through to the quarterfinals.
And
so we remain in the 52 kilogram
in the blue corner,
flyweight division, and this one between boxers from Japan and Colombia.
Juan Sebastian. Judge assignments: Judge 1, Taipei; 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina; 3, Kazakhstan; 4, Croatia; 5, United States. Referee Veronika Sustruk.
So here then the judges. Presiding over this one, they hail from Chinese Taipei, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Kazakhstan, Croatia, and the United States of America. Well, Daya Kira was absolutely sensational in his opening contest, stopping his opponent from Brazil in the second round. More on that in a moment. It's the opening bout of the tournament for Juan Sebastian Palacios from Colombia. Veronika Suks of Hungary is the referee. So a big moment for Juan Sebastian Palacios. Juan Sebastian Palacios Oliveros. The full name. We'll refer to him as Palacios during the course of the contest. Daya Kira, the man in red, awaiting in the opposite corner.
Round one.
So our fourth bout of this fourth session of boxing here at Kielce 2021 in Ring A is in the 52 kilogram flyweight division, and it's between boxers from Japan and Colombia. The more compact figure, wearing red, is Daya Kira, just 17 years of age, competing in his second bout of Kielce 2020, and he is setting about his opponents in blue right from the opening bell. That is Juan Sebastian Palacios. He's a highly decorated individual. Is Daya Kira. Continental Junior Gold in 2019, taking the Asian Championship title. And again, credit to Palacios because he's looking to use his attributes of length and reach and put his man on the end of straight shots, but Kira is razor sharp. Second bout of the contest for him, remember, it's the opening bout of Kielce 2021 for Palacios, and in that first round, Kira really went through the gears to produce a second round stoppage over Ronald Ribeiro of Brazil. And in the second round, after he took a look in the opening round, won that easily enough. He took a looping right hand around the corner, but then in the second round of his opening contest, he brought about 3 standing counts, but the right jab being used effectively by the southpaw in blue. And Kira not yet able to establish the blisteringly quick combinations that served him so well in his opening contest. So just beyond the midpoint of the opening round, but there is an example of the quick-footed movement into range and then a rapier-like right cross, jolting the head back of Palacios. Best shot of the round so far, best shot of the contest. Palacios trying to box his way out of the neutral corner on the far side of the ring, but he takes another right cross. Left hook attempted around the corner from Kira, wasn't too far away. So Palacios now trying to get onto the front foot. Kira with his hands down by his belt line, tempting and teasing with that lead left hand. Nice 1-2 combination. The left hand dropped down to the body from Palacios. Kira takes lands a right hand over the top, but he landed it with the inside of the glove rather than the correct knuckle part of the glove. Well, contrasting stances and contrasting styles as Kira lands another right cross. Good right hand to the body out of the corner from Palacios. But that is one of the wonderful things about this sport. It's a weight-governed sport, of course, so there'll be no advantage or disadvantage in that respect, but you get compact individuals, tall, rangy individuals, loose-limbed individuals, heavy-handed individuals, so many things which will determine the style in which the boxer will operate, but it produces such variety, and that variety can often gel to produce fantastic contests. That's what we've got here in this final 52 kilogram bout of this fourth session of boxing. Daya Kira sweeping the opening board, 10-9 for all 5 of the scoring judges. So some of the action from that opening round. Some notable right cross successes for Kira. But Palacios had his moments, just not as many as this 17-year-old Japanese boxer.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. And this was the round in which Kira produced his stoppage in his opening bout against the Brazilian, Ronald Ribeiro. Edging forward and feinting, flicking with that lead left hand. Palacios picked off by a left jab after his straight shot attempt was off the mark. Or neither boxer heeding the command of break. Kira with a sharp right hand to the body of the taller boxer in blue. Beautiful left hand came from around the corner and seemingly out of nowhere. Rapid fire single landed by Kira. Palacios fencing and flailing with those straights that he's attempting to establish. Kira, certainly the quicker boxer, but he's got to use that speed to get inside the range of Palacios, who scored with a good left cross there. And again, that extra distance that he has to close, he did it effectively there, Kira, but it's just giving him pause for thought. Because he certainly possesses the speed, and look at how he backed his man into the ropes and then coiled that right cross. Exchange near the ropes on the far side of the ring from our commentary position. But Kira displaying good ring generalship here, because he knows if he tries to close the space, close the distance in the open space of the ring, well, Palacios has got somewhere to reverse too. But look at the way Kira's maneuvering him towards the ropes, and when he gets him there, then he explodes with the shot from the backhand. And again, it's a physical sport, of course, but like all sport, particularly at the highest level, as he goes for a 1-2 combination, Kira, but couldn't find the range. Well, this a mental endeavor as well. Not just the biggest and strongest and fastest who will win, it's who will be able to think their way through to victory, as Kira with a beautiful right cross once more. Palacios, oh, and that's the best shot of the contest. A beautiful right cross delivered from around the belt line from Kira, just causing Palacios to become disorganized. Snaking left hand to the body landed without reply from the boxer in red. Left cross not too far away from Palacios, but he was countered by a right hand over the top from Kira. Swing and a miss. Rather ponderous fashion from the man in blue. Looking for that lead right hook, Palacios. He's caught by a right cross from Kira. But given that he is so much taller, so much rangier, would Palacios be advised to try and establish a lead right hand and just keep flicking it out to keep Kira occupied, going for the lead left hand to the body? But given his physical attributes, I'm sure that the jab would serve this man well. Even if it doesn't always score and land, it would keep something in the face and indeed on the mind of Kira, who has swept the second round unanimously, just as he did in the first. Some of the right-hand success landed by Kira in that second round. Palacios had his moments as well, but it was Kira who was the boss in that second 3-minute session, and they're the best punch of the bout so far. A beautifully timed right hand.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. Good left hand to start this final session by Palacios. He'll be aware that he's trailing 20-18 for all of the judges, but a big right hand followed by a left hook, as again Palacios found his back on the ropes, and that is down to the ring craft being employed and utilized by Kira. Able to back his man up without throwing punches, and then when he gets him in a position of confinement, he looks to unload with explosive singles. Trying to box off the ropes is Palacios, but not really finding the range as he looks to wind in those lengthy limbs, and the shots are going long and on target. Beautiful counter left jab from Kira, who employed the layback and then exploded back into range with a scoring single lead left hand. Palacios looking to unload a big left cross, but he takes another right cross from Kira, who almost stopped boxing for a moment as though he anticipated a standing count. None was forthcoming. Looping right hook landed by Palacios, who is onto the front foot now. But you're just left with the sense that it is Kira who is dictating the terms and the tempo and the territory of this contest, as the boxers are engaging in a firefight of an exchange. just before the midpoint of the second round. Big right hand landed by the boxer in red once again. Then he drops it down to the body. Palacios, aware that he's trailing, trying to go through the gears and increase the tempo. He lands a good right jab, catching Kira as he's coming in. So Kira on the back foot, skitting along the ropes. Palacios in pursuit of his man, but can't really get to grips with him, and is met by a counter right hand once again. Another left hook lands from Kira, who is getting the better of these exchanges, but credit to Palacios knowing that he's down, and he's trying to do something about it to overturn the deficit, rather than doing the same thing that put him in this disadvantageous position to this point. Good work to the body and head from Kira, up on his toes now, showing yet more sides to his game. He's demonstrated that he can be a flat foot stalker, pushing his man back towards the ropes without punching. Now he's up on his toes, moving laterally left and right, and showing good counter punching ability as well. He's led off, he's countered, he's been on the front foot, he's boxed in reversed, and he's moved laterally left and right throughout as he scores with another beautiful right cross. Palacios loading up with a looping underhand right uppercut, but couldn't find the range. His left hand not too far away. Kira steps back into the pocket, couldn't find any success. Beautifully timed single right hand once again from Kira. As the boxers exchange backhands, that's a solid right cross to the body landed by Kira. Closing seconds of the third and final round, and the two men engaging just before the final bell. They produced a really entertaining competitive contest, but there can be little doubt that it will be Kira who goes through to the quarter-final stage of the men's 52-kilogram flyweight division. Shahzad Muzaffarov of Uzbekistan awaiting in that last 8 section of the tournament, and what a contest that promises to be. Still need confirmation, of course, but one suspects it will be Kira who will go through in unanimous fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the red corner, Daya Kira, Japan.
So there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for Daya Kira, the Japanese boxer. Very sharp once again in this, his second bout of Kielce 2021. Juan Sebastian Palacios eliminated, but he did fight back magnificently, taking it for the American observer in the final round. Two judges scoring it 10-8.
In ring
No mistake.
Men's light,
Kira winning
60
each of the completed 3 rounds for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. He goes through unanimously. He's a quarter-finalist.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Belarus, Vitaly Starensky. And his opponent in blue corner.
So we move up to the men's 60-kilogram lightweight division. This contest between boxers from Belarus and Mexico.
Judge assignments: Judge 1, Scotland; 2, India; 3, Kyrgyzstan; 4, Argentina; 5, Croatia. Referee: Chia-Chan Lin, Taipei.
So they're then the judges from Scotland, India, Kyrgyzstan, Argentina, and Croatia. They're seated around the boxing ring and will score this one using the 10-point must system. So there is Vitaly Starinsky, 19 years of age, from Belarus. His opponent is Gustavo Rivera Rio Sanchez. It's the opening day of action in the men's 60-kilogram lightweight tournament. Our referee is from Chinese Taipei.
Round one.
So we're underway then. 3 3-minute rounds to come in the men's 60-kilogram lightweight division, one of the more populated weight classes here at Kielce 2021. 32 boxers starting the bracket, and it's a good start by the boxer in red, Vitaly Starinsky, working the body of Gustavo Rivera. See him targeting the body once again, but that's reciprocated by Rivera. Both of these boxers tucking up, standing on the logo at center ring, and letting go hard punches downstairs. Only lightweight boxers, remember, but both of these men content to stay in the pocket and let heavy punches go in the opening minute of this first round. Nice counter right hand landed by Starinsky when he was being put under pressure by some body work from Rivera. But this has been something of a rarity to this point in Kielce 2021. Two boxer punchers standing relatively flat-footed and engaging in toe-to-toe exchanges. Nice left jab through the middle before a drop downstairs from Starinsky, countered by a burst of punches from Rivera. And again, we've been talking about body punching and infighting. These two men demonstrating those skill sets so far. Look at that for a dip underneath the shot, then back with a right hand counter, followed by a left hook to the body from Starinsky. Rivera will be aware that he came out second best in that exchange. He takes a left hand to the body and a crashing right hand through the middle. He tries to come back with a right hand of his own, but it's blocked by the high-held hands of the man in red. And Starinsky just doing a good job finding holes in that attempted defense. Look at that snaking left jab straight through the guard of the man in blue, who despite his efforts to tuck up tightly, his defense is still being penetrated. He comes back with a hard left hand to the body. And Starinsky, again, continuing to go both downstairs and upstairs. Left hook landed, catches the man in blue as he was edging forwards. Action-packed contest, this one. Starinsky with a nice lean to his left to cause the man in blue to miss, as again he goes behind the glove, looping that right hand around. Terrific composure being demonstrated by both of these boxers under fire, but it's Starinsky, for my money, who with 20 seconds remaining has had the better of this round. There's a beautiful right hand lead out of the orthodox stance from the man in blue. Starinsky busier. Rivera with the response, but a lot of those shots caught on the gloves and the forearms. Now, is it just my eyes, but it looks as though the chin strap of Starinsky is actually in his mouth and not around his chin. And that's something I haven't seen before in AIBA style boxing. Brilliant opening round. Both men planting their feet into the canvas and letting heavy punches go, loaded with plenty of leverage over the course of that 3 minutes. And Starinsky, well, it's a 4-1 split, but it's Starinsky who takes it for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. A terrific exhibition of infighting and body punching from these two teenage boxers.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. Beautiful left jab demonstrated by Starinsky, and again, we've seen plenty of bent arm work, of hooks to both body and head. But both of these men demonstrating educated left hands as well. Particularly Starinsky, who just has the ability to get in between the gap of the high-held guard being erected by Rivera. There's evidence of it once more, but Rivera countered and responded with the same shot. More left jab success by Starinsky. Good work to the body with a single right hand. Rivera's attempt to respond off target. Left jabs in evidence once more. And we've perhaps seen as many left jabs in the opening minute of this second round as we saw in the opening round. And there is the left hook to the body, right hand around the corner, landed by Storinsky, and then a right hand catching the advancing Rivera. Well, Storinsky spoken to about keeping his head up. Beautiful left jab on the resumption once again. Rivera got to be careful that he doesn't flail with his shots. Through this round so far, he's been almost circling his hands in front of his torso and not really extending them, just as he did there. He's trying to get speed in his punches, but look at that extended left hand and the damage that it's doing, disrupting the flow that Rivera is trying to establish. And right on cue, Storinsky lands it once again. Good left hand to the body from Rivera. But when he's putting clusters together, he's just not seemingly committing or extending on his shots. Beautiful exchange of uppercuts, my goodness. Work to the body is audible here, ringside at the Hala Legianov once again, really sinking in these body shots around the ribcage. And the left jab spearing the defenses of the man in blue once again. Counter right hand was a sneaky shot from Rivera, wasn't too far away, but there's a left hand single success from Storinsky. And you just saw during that exchange as Rivera was trying to unload, he was being beaten to the punch. And that is why through the opening round, when it was 10-9 in favor of Storinsky, Rivera's got to be careful that he's not consistently outpunched as we go into the closing seconds, as the uppercuts into play once again for Storinsky. Rivera, can he produce some sustained qualities? He takes a left-right from Storinsky, left to the body, right to the head, and there's a 10-second clapper sound. Well, if this contest providing something dramatic happening in the closing seconds as Storinsky lands a right cross, well, one suspects it's going to be Storinsky who takes the second round once again. He took the first on a 4-1 split, and he used his left jab beautifully to take the second round unanimously. All 5 judges scoring in favor of the man from Belarus, who demonstrated his variety in that second round, not just the marauding, heavy-handed attacks that served him so well in the opening round. He brought the left jab into play and also showed that he has an uppercut in his repertoire as well.
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
Beautiful left jab landed by Rivera to start this third and final round. He'll be aware that he's trailing 19 points apiece, 1 round apiece for Judge E, but the other 4 judges have it 20-18 in favor of the man in red, but that's a beautiful double right hand, body then head. There's an uppercut from Rivera as he scores with good work from the left flank. But look at that double right hand landed by Storinsky. Right uppercut, right hook. As the close quarter exchanges, which characterized the opening round, are resumed here in the third. And Rivera, aware that he's trailing, really going for it here. And look at the firefight that he's producing in the final round of this 60-kilogram preliminary round contest. While trying to pull the hands down, Storinsky to make room for his own punches. Left-right success is eye-catching from Rivera as he takes a left jab in what are terrific exchanges between these 2 boxers. Really getting some pop onto their punches now. And this is in stark contrast to the shots that Rivera was letting go in the second round when he was fairly circling his hands for large portions of that round. And I think that's going to go down as hitting on the break. But a left-right landed solidly by Storinsky. But Rivera really going for this now in a bid to turn it around, trailing 20-18 for judges A, B, C, and D. And he has stepped up the tempo noticeably. Part of a 2-man squad here for Mexico in Kielce 2021, accompanied by a 69-kilogram welterweight boxer. And he is representing himself and his nation hard here on the global stage. There you see the same move once again. Storinsky trying to pull down the hands and then bringing uppercuts into play. But Rivera looking to be his equal and indeed is superior in that regard. 2 shots land without reply for Sterinsky. He drops down to the body effectively. Rivera replies with a burst of punches to the torso. Brilliant stuff through the opening 2 minutes of this hard-fought 60-kilogram lightweight bout. Opening bout of the lightweight tournament here in Ring A. Sterinsky, the left jab may have been short and partially blocked by the gloves, but the right cross did get through. Disrupts the forward movement of Rivera with a jolting left hand once again. Both men really loading up on their shots. Sterinsky scores with a left jab, turns it into a hook upstairs, comes down with a right hook to the body. Rivera responds with his success just above the belt line. Nice jab from Sterinsky once again to put some space between himself and his opponent. Some of those punches from Rivera blocked. Sterinsky came back with a shot through the middle. Closing 10 seconds of the third and final round. And this has been an absolute pleasure to behold here at Kielce 2021. 2 teenage boxers showing experience and skills beyond their years. Right from the opening bell, they took up residence at center ring, planted their feet in the canvas and said, okay, let's do this. But it wasn't just naked aggression. There was plenty of skill, plenty of intelligence behind the punch picking and the shot selection during this contest that was mainly fought at mid and short range, and it was terrific from both boxers. For what it's worth, I think it's Sterinsky that will be going through to the second preliminary round, the round of 16. Let's get confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the red corner, Vitaly Sterinsky, Belarus.
Indeed. Vitaly Sterinsky just nodding in acknowledgement of the unanimous points decision victory that he has produced, taking all 3 rounds for judges A, B, C, and D. Judge E gave the second round in favor of Rivera, but this, make no mistake, despite the unanimous verdict, which means it'll go down as 5-0, this was a terrifically competitive contest. Sterinsky, a worthy winner. He goes through to the round of 16 in the men's 60-kilogram lightweight tournament, but Gustavo Rivera Rio Sanchez played his part in what was an absorbing affair over the course of the 3 3-minute rounds.
Bout number 75 in Ring A, men's light.
Quick look at what's taking place backstage here at the Halle Legionov.
Please welcome boxer from
number 12 bout scheduled for today.
Shakayan.
So all of the boxers ensuring that they are ready to go when they step through that TARDIS-like edifice at the rear of the magnificently dressed Halle Legionov here in Kielce. So we remain in the 60-kilogram lightweight division, and this one between boxers from Armenia and Brazil.
And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Brazil, Dos Reis Yuri. Judge assignment, Judge 1, Singapore, 2, Italy, 3, Czech Republic, 4, United States, 5, Malaysia. Referee, Mukash Rasaliev, Kyrgyzstan.
So here then the officials, they come from Singapore, Italy, Czech Republic, United States of America, and Malaysia. Our referee is from Kyrgyzstan.
Round one.
So the opening bell then, in the first round of this 60-kilogram lightweight contest between boxers from Armenia and Brazil. The southpaw wearing red, the taller of the two boxers, is Artur Shakian, 19 years of age. His fellow southpaw wearing blue, the more compact of the two boxers, is Brazil's Yuri dos Reis. He 18 years of age, and here as part of a 7-man Brazilian boxing team. No women representing Brazil here at Kielce 2021, the second consecutive Youth World Championships where both the men's and the women's editions have been hosted concurrently side by side at the same venue as they were in Budapest in the most recent edition prior to this one. Exchange of single shots there as Shakian looking to make use of his range, but Dos Reis is demonstrating terrific timing to match him in that regard. Good right hand to the body after that two-shot salvo upstairs landed by Shakian. Nice shot landed by Shakian. But then a left cross snaked out, and then a beautiful right jab landed by Dos Reis, who's using quickness and timing to overcome his shorter arms, get inside the longer reach and range of Shakian, and he scores with a beautiful right jab there, timing his man terrifically in portions of this round. So Shakian looking to reciprocate with his own lead right hand. So nice defense by Shakian, tucking up behind his left glove, and the right fired in by Dos Reis was blocked. And then look at how Shakian went down to the body, drops with the left hand to the body once again, the man in red. Cracking left cross comes through from Dos Reis. Exchange of lead hands from both boxers. Dos Reis presenting a different look now, hands down by his knees, edging forward. Left cross is a successful shot from the boxer in blue. Beautiful right jab once again. It really does get snapped out by Dos Reis. Neither man finding range during that previous coming together. And the action almost exclusively in the space of the ring as they circle one another both clockwise and anti-clockwise. Shakian backing up but caught by a left cross once again. He's up on his toes now. Coming forward behind a right jab is Dos Reis. 10-second clapper indicating we're in the closing seconds of the opening round. Final shot of that exchange with a right hand landed by the boxer in blue. Nod of respect between the two boxers as they make their way back to their respective corners. The two southpaws producing a terrific opening 3 minutes. Dos Reis, both men enjoying success to be fair, and that is why we have a 3-2 split, reflecting just how closely and keenly contested the opening 3 minutes was. Judges A, D, and E favoring the work of Shakian. Judges B and C preferring the sharp shooting of Dos Reis.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
Into the second round then. First, a very even affair, a 3-2 split in favor of Shakian, the Armenian boxer, here as part of a 10-strong Armenian squad. 8 men and 2 women. Left hand from Dos Reis wasn't too far away. The blistering straight shot combination of Shakian was repelled by the high-held gloves of Dos Reis. So looking for that lead right hand once again is Dos Reis, but he was walked onto a single shot there as he thought about launching his own attack. Nice double right jab. The first one was blocked, the second one down to the body from Shakian. Again, we've talked about how the jab is the building block of all boxing punches. Haven't seen too much evidence of a double jab here at Kielce 2021 as Dos Reis lands with a single jab of his own, but just a few moments ago as Dos Reis turns a right jab into the body. Nice right hand to the body landed by Shakian. But earlier in the round, Shakian scored with a delightful double jab. Head, then body. One wonders whether he will look to build upon that success that he had with the double lead hand and employ it more. Left uppercut attempted by Shakian. Beautiful right-left combination landed by the man in red. Dos Reis was looking for a body shot, but couldn't find his range and ended up clipping his man with the forearm somewhere around the belt line. So a lot of these shots being caught on gloves and forearms. Despite the activity, nice left cross landed by Dos Reis. Counter left hand was a beauty from Shakian. And that's nice from the man in red. Scored with a right jab, then dipped underneath the attempted counter. Dos Reis remaining in pursuit of his opponent. Shakian remaining composed, but look at that for a jolting right jab landed by Dos Reis. Coming forward, Shakian pinned to the ropes and was put on the end of a volley of straight shots. The tables turn now and it's Shakian looking to go to work. Didn't really find the range. Flashing left cross wasn't too far away from the mark from the taller boxer in red. So closing seconds of the second round. Right jab on the upward trajectory is a good shot from Dos Santos. Shakian momentarily pinned to the strands once again. Dos Reis looking to get busy in these closing seconds of the second stanza. Very good round of boxing. Dos Reis finding his way into it in the closing stages. And his boxing taking it to a 4-1 split in his favor. So it's going to be an absolutely absorbing final round, because we have had 10-9 scores split through the two completed rounds.
Seconds out, please. Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. Good right hand to the body to start from the man in red. Shakian conceded the second round on a 4-1 split. Only Judge A preferring his work, and that is why it's come out with increased intensity and greater urgency as he bids to get his nose back in front, trying to go downstairs to the body of the more compact boxer wearing blue. Good left hand to the body after the right hand upstairs was blocked. Shakian comes back with a successful shot of his own and he's scoring with his right jab. Exchange of jabs there between these two southpaws. But Dos Reis is impossible to discourage and keeps on edging his way forwards, looking to back up his taller opponent. Left uppercut turned underneath by Shakian. Nice left hand landed during that cluster by Shakian, who's attempting to push the man in blue back. Something he hasn't been able to do with any sustained regularity in the course of the contest so far. Uppercuts being turned upwards by both boxers. Dos Reis looking for that uppercut once again. He finds his back to the ropes for a rare occasion in this contest. Shakian not able to keep him there. So beyond the midpoint of the final round, and it's a hard-fought affair in the lightweight division. Both boxers really biting down and letting their hands go. They're feeling the effect of their endeavors as flashing hooks exchange. A more eye-catching one came from the right flank from Dos Reis. Momentary respite as both boxers look to take a breather. Cluster of shots landed on the resumption from the Armenian man in red. But then Dos Reis letting his hands go with greater frequency. Many of the shots caught on the body. Dos Reis looking to impose his strength and bulldoze his man backwards. Sahakian stands his ground and looks to back him up with straight shots. Approaching the final half minute of what has been an absorbing third and final round. Trying to demonstrate defensive maneuvers is Dos Reis, but as he was walked backwards across the ring, picked off by a couple of glancing shots. Look at the work to the body from the man in blue. The shots just taking on a more languid quality now because both men are most certainly feeling the pace. But a prize in the round of 16 is what awaits the victor. And that is what both men are fighting to pursue, fighting to achieve in this boxing match. The 10-second clapper brings about a burst of activity from both men once again. A terrific effort in the third and final round from both boxers, demonstrating exactly what victory and progression in the AIBA Youth World Championships means to these athletes, because they really let it all hang out in that third and final round. Often don't associate, or perhaps don't associate, attrition with three-minute round boxing in the youth ranks. But my goodness, those qualities of intensity and heart and hunger were on display there, because that third round was attritional indeed. Both boxers really fatigued, but neither of them stopped punching, neither of them stopped going in pursuit of victory. But what it's worth, I think it's Dos Reis who's going to go through, but we're about to get confirmation at the conclusion of what was a terrific contest to see who will go into the round of 16 where the man from Belarus awaits. Dos Reis perhaps just throwing up a prayer to the boxing gods, because it was a close contest. Remember, he took the second round on a 4-1 split. This could well be a split decision here. Which way is it going to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by split decision is the boxer from the blue corner.
And it's Dos Reis,
Brazil.
Yuri Dos Reis, a split decision victor. And look at how close it was. 28-29 for 4 of the 5 scoring judges, just 1 round in it, a 3-2 split in favor of the man from Brazil. And he goes through to the round of 16, and that is how he did it. Gritting out the third and final round for judges A, B, and E, but 29-28 each way for 4 of the 5 observers. The Italian judge preferring the work of Dos Reis in each of the 3 completed rounds.
Please welcome boxer from Kazakhstan, Yernol Sornvoryai.
So this next contest between boxers from Kazakhstan and Nicaragua.
And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Nicaragua, Hernandez Lagos Michel Elias. Judge assignment. Judge 1, Ukraine. 2, Croatia. 3, Hungary. 4, United States. 5, India. Referee, Rai Ravi, Scotland.
So the people scoring this one are judges from Ukraine, Croatia, Hungary, United States of America, and India. Well, there is Yelna Suyunbai. Here's Michael Elias Hernandez, Lagos. Ravi Rai of Scotland is the third man in the ring.
Round one.
So we're underway then in this 60-kilogram lightweight contest between boxers of considerably contrasting statures. The towering figure wearing red is the Kazakh boxer Yelna Suyunbay. His opponent wearing blue, trying to overcome that greater range that his opponent possesses, is Michael Hernandez. Michael Elias Hernandez Lagos, to give him his full moniker. Hernandez, 19 years of age, facing off against his 17-year-old opponent wearing red. Suyunbay comes in here as he scores with a beautiful reverse 1-2. The left jab most certainly got through, and one suspects that he's going to be the most prominent weapon in his repertoire in this contest. Switch hitter is the Kazakh national champion, putting his opponent on the end of straight punches there. Beautiful left jab. And it's almost landing from the other side of the boxing ring. There's a right cross, repeated success with that backhand, 3 times in quick succession, landed by Suyunbay. Left jab is a beautiful shot, and it causes Hernandez to adjust his head guard. And he really does have his work cut out for him here, the Nicaraguan boxer, because he's reaching on those punches, but he's fed another left hand once again. Terrific range being utilized expertly by Suyunbay, who is cutting off the ring, ensuring that there is no avenue of escape as he lands with a jarring left-right combination, followed up by a left hand and another one. Bad portion of the round for Hernandez. And Suyunbay looking to increase his dominance as he continues to pick off his man with the most basic combination in boxing. There's a beautiful counter right hand. Looking for the same shot once again was Hernandez. He couldn't repeat the same trick twice, but he's fed another snaking left jab, and once again piling up the points behind that. And there is clear stadium light between the two of them. Such is the length of the arms of the man in red. So less than 30 seconds to go in the opening round. Snaking right hand landed out of that orthodox stance by Suyunbay. And then a left jab once again. And this is proving to be a really difficult mission for the man in blue. Having that head guard disrupted repeatedly, being put on the end of straight punches that are landing from a proverbial country mile away. Terrific display in the first 3 minutes by the 17-year-old from Kazakhstan. That war cry, characteristic of the Kazakh boxers in this tournament. 10-8 for all 5 judges. Such was the margin of dominance in the opening round exerted by Suyunbay. Terrific punch picking. And remember, in AIBA style boxing, where the 10-point must system is used, you don't have to put the man on the floor for it to be a 10-8 round. 10-9 is generally used if it's a close round, and remember, there can be no ties. 10-8 is used to denote a clear round. 10-7, total dominance. So this man in a 2-point hole for all 5 of the scoring judges. What tactics can his coaches give him to try and solve this puzzle, clad in red?
Round 2.
Into the second round then, and sprinting out to occupy the space of center ring Nijelna Suyunbai, the 17-year-old, comes in here with back-to-back national youth titles under his belt. And of course, if you come away with national titles in Kazakhstan, well, that's a nation that is steeped in AIBA and Olympic-style boxing. And remember, at 17 years of age, he's got 2 years of youth eligibility left. He's a boxer between 17 and 19, so he could continue to rack up youth titles as he continues to just poke out that long left hand, using it as though it's a broom handle, keeping his man on the end of it, then pings him with a right cross behind the lead left. And it's becoming an increasingly difficult mission for Hernandez, who deserves immense credit for trying to remain competitive. He landed one notable right cross in the opening round, but other than that, well, I don't think it's too far wide of the mark to say that Suyunbai hasn't taken a shot, because he's keeping, look at the gap between the two of them. And Hernandez simply cannot close it. There's the right hand that he used to good effect in the opening round, scoring once again. But then the regular service of the trip hammer left hand resumes, being served up by Suyunbai. Nudging shot landed on the inside by the Nicaraguan boxer in blue. He's trying to bob and weave in front of his man now. And it must be really disconcerting for Hernandez, because he must feel that he's out of range here. He's certainly out of range with his own shots. And look at that, the head swiveled by a terrific reverse 1-2. Right hand, then left hook crashing around the corner. And Hernandez's problems mounting by the second, because he simply cannot get to grips with this towering figure of a 60-kilogram lightweight who dropped down with a left hook to the body, arcing right hand over the top. Exchange of shots there. More right hand success for Hernandez, but his success sporadic in comparison to the sustained quality and successful punch picking being produced by Suyunbai. Brings down a hard 1-2. Now that shot was low, my goodness. But then right hands coming down on a steep angle, and that's a cracking right cross. Trying to buy some time on the ropes is Hernandez, but he was certainly shaken up by that solid right hand. And then a jolting left jab pushes him back over the top strand once again. He's trying to bob and weave, but I feel he may well have been shaken up by that right cross, and his legs may well not be beneath him. So trying to play possum in the corner, but I think if he was to try to use his legs and get away from these punches, he may well be tottering around the boxing ring, so he's got no choice but to hold his ground, and he's being fed plenty of consistent punches. A brilliant round of boxing once again, where if anything, as we hear the war cry from the Kazakh boxer in the red corner, well, I was going to suggest that Suyunbai may have increased his dominance, but it's a 10-8 unanimous verdict for the second successive round. Sensational display from Suyunbai. And Hernandez, well, he's seemingly devoid of answers to the questions that are being posed.
Second out, please. Round 3.
Well, it's a rather forlorn look, perhaps, on the face of Michael Hernandez. He comes out and lands a good right cross. That's been his best punch of the entire contest. But look at the contrast when Suyunbai lands his punches, just how big the space is between the two boxers. And that, in essence, is what Hernandez has been trying to overcome all contest long. It's all very well, say, you go to the long, lean torso of a towering boxer such as Suyunbai, but as you can see there, he's simply having difficulty getting into his own punching range. Not able to double up the attack or even come in waves, because the gap is simply too big for him to overcome. What a learning experience this is proving to be for Michael Hernandez. Trying to bob and weave his way inside, but he simply cannot get out of the way of the straight punches being flashed out. Of course, we know what he should be doing. I'm sure he knows it as well, but the punches are landing from such a long way away. Practically from the opposite corner post as another right hand swivels the head of Hernandez. Repeated right hand success for Suyeonbae, and then a reverse 1-2, the left-right combination. Punches being pinged out on a consistent basis. Suyeonbae oozing confidence up there in the boxing ring. And Hernandez, well, chasing his man around the ring, but not able to close the gap with any sustained success or regularity. It's been a very difficult mission for him indeed, but credit to him, he has stuck to it. He's not turned it in, but again, surprised that a standing count perhaps hasn't been issued in the course of this contest so far, because Hernandez has been hit cleanly on a repeated basis, such has been the accuracy of Suyeonbae. Oh, changing the angle, turning it into left hooks. And again, the right hand jolts the head back of Hernandez. And finally, a standing count issued. And ironically, it came just after Hernandez landed a shot of his own. During that coming together, wasn't really an exchange because it was one-way traffic from the fists of the boxer in red. Closing seconds, and one wonders whether he's looking to turn the crank even further in a bid to get the stoppage here. Suyeonbae, he's in complete control, turning southpaw now, really enjoying himself up there in the boxing ring. This, the opening day of 60-kilogram lightweight competition, and what a message this man is sending to the rest of his rivals on the global stage. My goodness, that's a solid 1-2, snaked out by Suyeonbae. And I half think Hernandez had turned his head to look and try and heed the instruction of the referee. Terrific display by Yelner Suyeonbae. A real statement of intent to open his campaign here in the 60-kilogram lightweight tournament. A sensational performance filled with movement and accurate punch picking of the long-range variety. And Michael Hernandez from Nicaragua simply could not get to grips with it. Well, we're awaiting the formality of the announcement, but Nicaragua's two-man team looks as though it's going to be, well, both men are going to be out of the competition because Nelson Guerrero Cuadra was eliminated in the opening bout of the day here. And I think that is the fate that is awaiting Michael Hernandez of Nicaragua. Let's get confirmation of the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the red corner, Suyeonbae Yelnur, Kazakhstan.
Well, at just 17 years of age and in possession of such a towering frame, one can only speculate and ponder what weight class this man is going to end up at. But here in Kielce 2021, he's a 60-kilogram lightweight, and he will prove to be a problem for the entire weight bracket in this weight division, contested by 32 boxers, 10-8 in all 3 rounds. A superb display by Yelner Suyeonbae. Michael Hernandez eliminated the man from Nicaragua, but he did not stop competing. He's going home, though, at the conclusion of 3 3-minute rounds.
Men's light, 60 kilograms. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Iran, Babalu Ramin.
So it's lightweight action all the way here, and our next contest is between boxers from Iran and Slovakia.
Stanek Adolf.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Novak in the ring by RC in round 2 from the red corner, Askat Hultayev, Turkmenistan.
And judges, Judge 1 Taipei, 2 Kazakhstan, 3 Argentina, 4 Singapore, 5 Bosnia and
Here the judges scoring this one.
Referee
Chinese Taipei,
Valery
Kazakhstan,
Maslov,
Argentina,
Moldavia.
Singapore and Bosnia-Herzegovina, the nations from which they hail. Our referee is from Moldova. And it's the first bout of the tournament for both of these boxers.
Round one.
So, bout 77 of Kielce 2021 is the 8th bout of the 4th session of boxing here at the Halle Legionov. In the 60-kilogram lightweight division, it's between men from Iran and Slovakia. The boxer wearing red is the Iranian representative. That is Ramin Babalu, 18 years of age. His opponent, taller figure wearing blue, is Adolf Stanek, 17 years of age. And he is representing Slovakia. Well, Babalu to close the distance with quick feet. Neither man finding the range as Stanek dropped down to the body. That spearing left hand wasn't too far away from Stanek. Good right hand to the body from Babalu. Tucking up effectively on the inside was Babalu, rolling to make the man miss, have the shots go over his shoulder. Good right hand to the body during that coming together, landed by the taller boxer wearing blue. Trying to establish his lead left hand is Stanek. Babalu boxing rhythmically, trying to work his way in. And then he lands a good backhand after the left jab was perhaps long. Looking for the same combination once again, but he missed with both punches of that attempted two-shot salvo. Winging right hand around the corner wasn't too far away. Left hook. A glancing blow landed by the man in red. Counter left hand landed on the inside by Stanek, but it was instantly replied to with a right hand from Babalu. Looking for that looping right hand once again, but look at that left hook, right cross success landed by Stanek, and then he came back with a long left jab as well that disrupted the boxing stance of Babalu. And again, reverse 1-2 landed by Stanek, who's enjoying a good portion of the round here, catching the advancing Iranian boxer and picking him off with well-placed punches. Babalu falling short with his attempted combination. Right hook landed as the two boxers look to separate by Stanek. Good boxing off the ropes by Babalu. Scoring effectively to body and head. Hands down by his belt line now after the sound of the 10-second clapper. Stanek looking to back him up. And he lands with a right hand just as the bell sounds. Good opening round of boxing. Stanek getting to grips with his man in the second half of the round, and he has swept it unanimously. All 5 judges scoring in favor of the man from Slovakia.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
Into the second round then. Adolf Stanek, the boxer wearing blue representing Slovakia, swept the opening round, 10-9 across the board, part of a 4-man boxing team representing the European nation. Physical tactics on the inside. Babalu spoken to about hitting and holding. He part of a 7-man squad representing Iran. Neither of these teams have any women representatives competing in their tournament. Babalu looking to step on the gas here, having conceded the opening round across the board. Good work to the body by the man in red. And he's onto the front foot now, but look at that for a beautiful right hand as he spun off the line. Straight right cross fired out by Stanek, keeping his composure. As Babalu looking to increase the intensity. Comes back in again, making it a double phase attack. And in addition to skill and tactics, this gives you an idea of the intensity and competitiveness of these individuals. Boxing here on the global stage, the majority of them coming in with national championship podium success. Many of them have competed on the continental stage as well, but here in a World Youth Championships, look at the manner in which Babalu is biting down and battling back in a bid to overturn the first round deficit that he faced after conceding the first 3 minutes. So the chin strap on the headgear. Excuse me, not the chin strap, the laces on the top of the head guard need some adjustment. Well, I'm not sure that's going to hold. Strapping it in with the Velcro. You're fine, son. Let's get out and do this. Good right hand on the resumption, landed by Babalu just beyond the midpoint of the second round. But Stanek now up on his toes, moving anti-clockwise, dancing and dodging left and right now. And again, just nudging his opponent, trying to get inside the head of Babalu. Beautiful lead right hand landed by Stanek. There was a cheer from the Iranian boxer's corner, but it was Stanek who landed a short, crisp right cross to catch the advancing Babalu. But again, there's plenty of celebration from the Iranian contingent just to my right, but Stanek had the final word during that exchange, flashing left hook, catching the boxer in red on the retreat. He lands with a right cross as he moves to his right. That's a good lead right hand landed by Babalu. Beautiful counter left jab. Babalu fell short with his 1-2 after Stanek employed the layback, then pivoting off the line. Stanek boxing very well indeed, but that's a big right cross when his back came near the red corner, just to the right of our commentary position here. Babalu with a cracking punch. Good work to the body, and then a final left hook to the head landed by Babalu. Very good round indeed. Action-packed boxing. And it's been enough for Babalu to turn it around for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. So it is 19 points apiece for judges A, B, D, and E. Judge C has scored both completed rounds in favor of Stanek.
Round 3.
Well, almost on top of his man when the referee gave the command of box was Adolf Stanek. He conceded the second round, 10-9 for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. We have parity in this contest for 4 of the 5 judges. Judges A, B, D, and E have it all square at 19 points apiece. And so the winner of this third round likely, well, will indeed go through. Will be a split decision victory. If that is Babalu, if he sweeps it across the board, Unanimous decision victory. If Stanek sweeps it across the board, he's picked off as he gets in. He did have success with his own offense. So concentration going to be absolutely crucial here. Babalu gave an awful lot to get himself back into the contest after conceding the opening round across the board. Can he sustain the type of boxing and the activity that clawed him back to level pegging for 4 of the 5 judges? Left hook catches Stanek on the retreat. Stanek looking for that right hand. Becoming untidy now. Both boxers perhaps feeling the pace. Babalu short, but then he got out of the way before the response could be landed. Response could be landed by Stanek, who was off the mark as well. So we're at the midway stage of the 3rd and final round. Quality has decreased a little bit as Stanek lands a cuffing light left hand with the inside of the glove. Now Babalu trying to quicken his feet, turning southpaw momentarily as he was moving anti-clockwise to his right. Again, plenty of misses as Babalu lands with a good left hand to the body. Stanek backing up, causing Babalu to fall short. Each of these boxers want to give the impression at times as Babalu goes to the body that they are the ones making the contest, but of course it's not just aggression that is rewarded, it has to be effective aggression. If you're coming forward and falling short or off the range, good left hand landed underneath, but look at that right hand to the body landed by Babalu. The left hand underneath came from Stanek. He then scored with a right cross. Babalu dipping beneath the punches coming in his direction. A sustained burst of quality here as Babalu lands with the right hand, but a sustained burst of quality as the reverse 1-2 from Stanek, right and left. He looked for a counter right hand, but it was a glancing blow, catching Babalu on the side of the head guard. Babalu with a shot just above the man in blue's belt line. Left jab, right cross, or 2 eye-catching punches landed by Babalu as the 10-second clapper sounded. And there's the bell to conclude the contest. Babalu thinks that he has done enough to overturn the first round deficit that he faced for all 5 scoring judges. Both men giving absolutely everything in a bid to progress through to the round of 16 here in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. Very exciting contest. And we are going to the judges' scorecards. It was Babalu who took the momentum into the 3rd and final round, edging it for all but Judge C. And then it was a hard-fought affair in the 3rd. Babalu ending it strong with a left-right. Here's the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by split decision is the boxer from the blue corner.
And it is Stanek,
Slovakia.
Adolf Stanek with a split decision victory. A hard-fought win indeed, 28-29 for all 5 of the judges, but he takes it on a 4-1 split. And he is absolutely elated at having toughed that one out. Don't wave bye-bye for too long because we're going to see you in action in just a few days' time. On the 18th of April, he will take up residence in the boxing ring once again, but taking the final round on a 3-2 split, and that is enough to give him a 4-1 verdict at the expense of Ramin Babalu. He deserves immense credit for the competitiveness and skill that he demonstrated to make this the absorbing affair that we just witnessed. It's Stanek who goes through.
Ukraine, Maslennikov Hernandez. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Poland, Sulecki Paweł. Judges, Judge 1, Italy, 2, Croatia, 3.
So there are judges then.
Malaysia, 4
Italy,
Czech
Croatia,
Republic,
Malaysia,
5 Kyrgyzstan.
Czech Republic, and
Referee
Kyrgyzstan.
Veronika Szuk,
The
Hungary.
nations where the judges come from.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the winner by points with split decision. From the blue corner, Hernandez.
Нормально? Да, это уже. Не. Уши. Загибай еще просто.
Veronika Stuksa of Hungary is the referee.
Dużo lewej z pochyleniem zaczynamy.
Round 1.
So we remain in the 60-kilogram lightweight division, and this one being contested between boxers from Ukraine and Poland. Again, counterintuitively, the nations wearing colors of the opposition. Because the Ukrainian boxer, Ukraine so often associated with that distinctive shade of blue accompanied with yellow, he's wearing red here today. That is Hennady Maslenikov. That graphic, incidentally, does need changing, because it's not Babalu and Stanek. They're the boxers who contested the previous bout. The nations and the flags are correct, but the names need some attention. The Polish boxer is Paweł Sulecki. Poland, of course, and that's a cracking right hand from Sulecki, and didn't that cause Maslenikov to become disorganized. He practically went walkabout, and he takes another right cross, and that brings about a standing 8 count. 2 terrific right hands landing on the point of the chin. And Maslenikov, he's looking to be a rather concerned and disconsolate figure. He's coming back looking for a right hand of his own. It was a reverse 1-2. But Sulecki with strong punches. And the right hand serving him well. This time he gets through with a left hand. Nice defensive maneuvers from Maslenikov to dip underneath and come back with a shot of his own. Hard right hand to the body landed by Sulecki. So again, just to reiterate, the nations on the graphic caption are correct, but the names are from athletes who boxed in a previous contest, the one that just concluded here at Kielce 2021. Left hand to the body is an effective shot from Sulecki. That's the man in blue representing Poland. He lands with a sharp left jab, beating his opponent to the punch. Maslenikov not really able to establish his jab. He's looking for it there. Sulecki with more success to the body. So closing seconds of the opening round, a round in which Maslenikov took an 8 count. He lands with a right cross of his own, but there's a right hand from a different angle landed by Sulecki. Left hook before the boxers disengaged. Sulecki looking for that sneaky counter right hand once again. So that's the conclusion of the opening 3 minutes. And we talk about the importance of warming up, as we've often been treated to images backstage, and there's confirmation that it is indeed Sulecki, the Polish boxer wearing blue, who has swept the opening round 10-9. But his right hand success in the early stages really did trouble Maslenikov. And then a standing count came. The first one caused him to go for a little bit of a stroll. And then the second one crashed home a short time afterwards. A standing count was issued. And it just looks as though he was rather caught cold, Maslenikov. Whereas this man came out sharp and ready to fire right from the opening bell.
Pressing, pressing.
Round 2.
Into the second round then. The boxer wearing blue, Pavel Streletsky, took the opening round for all 5 judges. Again, those names not correct, but the names on the graphic caption in the lower left of the screen are. Good left right to the body landed by Streletsky. Maslenikov not really able to find the range with his own attempted straight punches. That right hand was on point. Accurate shot to the temple landed by Maslenikov. Good left right to the body, landed by the taller figure wearing red, but he takes an arcing left hook on the inside. 2 boxers. Attempted shots coming into connection with one another en route. Bombing away with that right hand now. Here's Streletsky. Didn't really find any accuracy with it on those previous attempts. That's a good right hand to the body. The taller figure wearing red. Maslenikov just blinking as he took that left hook, and then forced to back up and blink once again as he takes a right-left combination. Now, if I've spotted that ringside, you can bet that Streletsky will have spotted that up there in the rope square, and he's looking to close down the distance as, again, just distress signals from my vantage point coming from Maslenikov. Looking down to the canvas, all of a sudden it's though his energy levels are running low and looking a little bit concerned as he takes another 1-2 combination. Keen to initiate a clinch here now. He's got just under a minute to negotiate to make it back to the corner. He takes another right hand. He wasn't too far away with an uppercut. Boxers have idiosyncrasies and tics and habits, of course, but the expression on his face just suggested that he would rather be somewhere else. That's a hard left hand to the body. Tries to fight his way off the rope, skips away in a clockwise direction. Looking for the left-right combination, Maslenikov. He takes a hard right hand, but then scores with a single shot of his own. I think it's Maslenikov will have taken the second round, excuse me, the man in blue who will have taken the second round after taking the first unanimously. And here's confirmation once again. Streletsky in a really commanding position now. And Maslenikov, well, just appeared to be a little bit forlorn at phases in that second round. On the trip back to the corner, some instruction, shot of water, be able to revitalize his efforts, get some inspiration, because he's trailing by 2 points, 20-18 across the board, and his corner are working on him furiously to the right of our commentary position. Streletsky electing to remain standing. But over in that blue corner, the red corner, they're waving him with the towel. They've been really issuing instructions, showing him what he needs to do in clear, concise fashion. Does he have the energy to carry it out? Not questioning the desire of these athletes at all, but some of the shots that Maslenikov has taken may well have drained his energy levels. He just can't rouse himself to mount the rally that he needs to try and get back on terms in this contest. Trying to establish his left jab. There's a sneaky right hand which landed, looking for the same shot once again, but it was off the mark. Looking for the right hand once more. So boxing effectively behind his left jab here, Maslenikov, but he takes another strong right cross once again. So Maslenikov trying to step in with that long left jab, didn't really find the range on those attempted lead hand shots. That's a beautiful reverse 1-2 landed by Maslenikov. But boxing in this type of posture on the back foot, well, it's very difficult to get the dominant round that you need because, and why I say that, because Seletsky, he's under no onus, under no pressure to go after his man, unless, of course, he wants to produce an inside the distance victory here at his home World Championships. Athletes in general and boxers in particular so often find inspiration when they're competing on home soil. No crowd in attendance here at the Hala Legianov in these COVID-safe conditions, being staged by the local organizing committee and AIBA to host this World Championships. But again, to get onto the podium, to claim gold at a home global event, can you imagine? Not sure he'd have to buy himself a soft drink or a water again, because that would be legendary status indeed. But he's got a long way to go to accomplish that mission. Here he is in the first preliminary round, looking to go through to the round of 16. In a commanding position after 2 completed rounds. Maslenikov, the Ukrainian boxer, performing better in this 3rd and final round for my money. But he's not doing enough to overturn the 2-point deficit that he faces. He's tried to get behind his jab. He's tried to establish his straights, boxing principally on the back foot. But he was facing a 2018 deficit for all 5 scoring judges. And with Seletsky not under any type of pressure to go after his man as he lands another hard right hand. Nice turning of the tables there from Maslenikov. Maybe he was trying to establish this boxing from the opening bell, but remember, he was shaken up by 2 hard right hands in the opening round. And he never really got his boxing together in rounds 1 or 2. Did perform more effectively in the 3rd round, but by then the contest was out of reach and he needed a big 3rd and final round to get back to level terms, a clear round, and it would be very difficult to do that boxing in reverse against the boxer who didn't, and against an opponent who wasn't obliged to go after him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Paweł Suleński, Poland.
So Paweł Seletsky, a unanimous point decision winner over Hernandez Maslenikov of Ukraine. And there's evidence that for one judge at least, Maslenikov's boxing in the final round was enough to turn it in his favor. But it doesn't detract from the fact that this man, a unanimous point decision victor, the home boxer, opening his account with a strong display in the lightweight division, and he goes through to the round of 16. Very good performance indeed by Paweł Seletsky. Maslenikov more effective in the 3rd, but was shaken up early on, and that completely disrupted his rhythm. Well, we mentioned at the top of our broadcast here from the Hala Legianov that we have a walkover here in Ring A on this 3rd day of competition. And that is in the bout that was scheduled to be next. 60-kilogram lightweight contest between boxers from Uzbekistan and Morocco. But Reda,
Ladies and gentlemen,
well, here's confirmation.
The winner of this 79 bout by walkover is the boxer from the red corner, Tagabayev Aidos, Uzbekistan. And next bout at 12:30.
So, as we've been alluding to during these 3 days of action from the Hala Legianov here in Poland,
It's time to the
Aiba
next bout. So, ladies and gentlemen,
have been toying with the idea
ring A,
of starting bouts
60
at a
kilograms.
prescribed time.
Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Denmark, alias Idrissi.
Well, having said that, the next bout will start at 1:30. That's the bottom of the hour. Instead, it looks as though the decision has been reversed, and we will indeed roll on. But just to confirm,
representing
the 79th bout, bout number 10 in this fourth session of boxing, has been won by walkover by Aidos Tegebayev, the Uzbek boxer, over Reda El Bouhahoui from Morocco. He not able to compete here, and so it is the Uzbek boxer who progresses through to the round of 16. So there are the judges who will score this one. 10-point must system in
Judges
effect at
statement,
AIBA
Taipei,
events.
2 Bosnia and Herzegovina, 3 Malaysia, 4 Argentina, 5 Singapore. Referee Naim Ramay, Croatia.
So Naim Ramaj of Croatia is the referee.
You have a little bit.
Round 1.
So the penultimate bout of the session here. The Hala Legianov, this one between men from Denmark and Romania. The southpaw wearing red is Elias Idrissi. His opponent wearing blue is Kristinel Kostel Azarianu. Again, you must punch with the punch correctly, and that is with the knuckle part of the glove and not the inside of the glove, which renders it a slap. The white patch that is evident on these gloves in AIBA tournaments in days gone by, that used to be on the knuckle to help the officials and the referee to check that a punch has landed correctly. Solid shades of leather preferred in this era of AIBA boxing. So Idrissi trying to explode forward behind a right jab, left cross, but he's put on to the end of a backhand. Azarianu trying to turn it into an uppercut on the inside after that. There's a sneaky left hand once again, turned underneath in corkscrew fashion by Mazarianu. It's certainly physical, this contest. The referee allowing the boxers to work away as they lock horns in the neutral corner on the far side of the ring from our commentary position. Second of the two attempted left jab did get through from Mazarianu. Good work to the body from Idrissi. Minutes ago in the opening round. Neither man has found near range with any consistency yet. Burst of activity, the final shot of which was a left hook to the head before the boxers disengaged from Mazarianu. Right hand landed right on the command of box from Mazarianu. Two boxers shaping up and sparring in front of one another. Mazarianu launching that right-hand lead once again that he had success with just a few moments ago, but was off the mark. Good work to the body by the man in red. So turning orthodox now is Idrisi. After beginning the contest in a port-sided stance, rather untidy coming together once again, and plenty of flailing misses being fired out by both boxers. Shot to the back of the head. Here's a rabbit punch from Idrisi. First round in the book. Rather untidy affair over the course of that 3 minutes. Competitive though. We have a 4-1 split in favor of Mazarianu. Some of the action from that first round.
Og så går han finte igen til 3 stykker. Stop med det der højre fod nu. Lige til start. Okay? Kom Elias.
Seconds out, please.
Den fik det. Okay, kom så Elias.
Round 2.
Into the second round then. First round was taken on a 4-1 split in favor of the boxer in blue. Kristinel Mazarianu, the 17-year-old, part of a 12-strong Romanian boxing team. 7 men and 5 women. Idrisi, the Danish boxer, well, he's got his hands down by his belt line now as he continues to switch his feet, but he was picked off by a raiding left jab just a couple of moments ago, as Idrisi trying to establish his lead left hand, as he's now an orthodox boxer, having started the contest as a southpaw, and that's a looping right hand which does catch Mazarianu. So completely different posture adopted by both boxers in this second round. So Idrisi continuing to hit on after the command of stop. Sneaky right hand landed by Idrisi. Arcing shot, looking for a similar punch in quick succession, wasn't too far away. Nice left jab landed by Mazarianu, and I wonder whether that is what's put the reddening around the left eye of Idrisi. See that reddening just around underneath his left eye. It doesn't prove to be an impairment. It's being fought in staccato fashion, this one. Burst of almost frenetic activity in between the watching and waiting. Neither man, I would suggest, is an out-and-out counter-puncher. They really are trying to work for their openings. That's a rather telegraphed attack, as Mazarianu cuffs him with a slapping right hand as he spins off the line. Right hand attempted from Idrisi, from Mazarianu, was a glancing blow. There's a right hand over the top from Idrisi. The referee just saying to the boxers, no holding, no wrestling, but that is what we have to conclude the second round, as the physicality continues through 2 completed rounds in this 60-kilogram lightweight contest. And Idrisi taking it for judges B and D.
Kan? Păi eu de prins la mă, ai venit la campionatul mondial, tu câștigi meciul. Să vezi. Bă, mi-ai auzit? Da. Stai aici, mă, și dă-mă stângenea, tu ai acțiunea, nu el. Cât ai condus, tu ai fost extraordinar. Acum ce faci? Lasă cu el, tot fugi atâta, unde fugi? Ai înțeles, mai uite-te unde dai. Și dă-l el, hai, că ești ambițios că vrei.
Mai rog un pic, hai că...
Nu vreau spre el.
Seconds out, please.
Stai lângă el acolo. Nu mai pleca mult. Și nu mai ține.
Round 3.
So into the third and final round then. Elias Idrisi here as part of a two-man Danish boxing squad. His compatriot competing in the 64 kilogram weight division, won the next weight class up. And with Idrisi just having turned 18 last week, well, one, again, you can see he's got a rangy frame. One wonders what weight division he will end up in. He's got his hands full with his opponent from Romania. It's been physical affair so far. Lots of leaning on, lots of mauling and grappling on the inside. Some eye-catching singles as Idrisi lands a good left hand, but you can see the flailing punches. That left hand landed with the inside of the glove from Mazarianu. Right hand to the body just before the call of stop landed by Idrisi. Again, both boxers spoken to about the requirement, the responsibility to punch correctly. Again, almost typical of what we've witnessed so far. Big, committed single shot launched, but not finding the range. Just like to see both boxers use their jabs more to try and set up the backhand punches. You see Idrisi use his jab before flailing with the backhand. Of course, some boxers don't operate like that. As Idrisi working away to the body with a cluster of shoe shine shots. But oftentimes at the highest level, 1988 Val Barker Trophy winner Roy Jones Jr. comes to mind. Didn't use the left jab that much, but there's no doubt that Roy Jones Jr. had mastered the fundamentals before he embellished his skill set with the flash that was so characteristic of his glittering Hall of Fame career. Oh, that's a good right hand. It may have landed with the inside of the glove from Mazarianu, but it caused Idrisi to lose his balance. Again, more wrestling than boxing in evidence here in the closing stages of the third. Hasn't been the tidiest of contests, but it's certainly been a hard-fought one. And the heads coming together violently as the two men look to land their own punches. Well, punching right up until the bell, and indeed after the bell, the referee having his hands full during the course of that 3-3-minute round, because my goodness, these two men didn't seem to have too much regard for the rule book, the manner in which they went about their craft. The styles not really gelling to produce an aesthetically pleasing contest, but this one was most certainly a fight. We're going to the scorecards. To see who will progress through to the round of 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by split decision is the boxer from the blue corner, Mazarianu Cristinel Costel, Romania.
So it is Cristinel Mazarianu who goes through on a 4-1 split to the round of 16. Competitive contest that was very hard fought indeed. And it is the man from Romania who progresses. Elias Idrisi eliminated in the first preliminary round of the 60 kilogram lightweight tournament. And our final bout of this fourth session of boxing is between men from Israel and Colombia.
Bout number 81 in ring A, men's light 60 kilograms. Into the red corner, please welcome boxer from Israel, Abod Raneh. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Colombia, Orobio Sinestra John Elaine. Judge assignment, Judge 1, Hungary, 2, Kyrgyzstan, 3, Scotland, 4, Argentina, 5, Singapore. Referee Luca Vadilonga.
Well, there are the judges who will preside over this final contest. They come from Hungary, Kyrgyzstan, Scotland, Argentina, and Singapore.
Salude todo el mundo.
Luca Vadilonga is the referee for our final bout of this session.
Round 1.
So the final bout of the session is underway. 60 kilogram lightweight action between boxers from Israel and Colombia. The taller figure wearing red is Rani Abod. His opponent, the boxer wearing blue, is John Aline Arobio Siniestra. Arobio is how we'll refer to him here in this contest. Nice left hand landed by Abod, and then a right hand as well, backing up the man in blue. And while he was taking time to clear his nostrils, he was picked off by another punch. So an aggressive start by Abod, who has found his range more quickly than his opponent. Nice right hand to the body landed by Arobio. Spinning off the line as he attempted that hook, the man in blue. Over the top with the right hand was Arobio, but he landed with the left hook as he did on the inside there. 2 shots to the body landed by Arobio. Bowling a right hand over the top, just off the mark. The knees of Abod dipped as the 2 men came together on the inside. Hard right hand dug into the body by Arobio before he was pushed to the canvas. See Arobio switching his feet. He's been southpaw on a couple of occasions in this round, but hasn't held the left-handed stance for any great length of time. Moving laterally both left and right, but not really finding the range as he attempts to spin off the line and land those hooks. That left hook did land, a flashing hook from the left flank, and another one swiveling the head guard of Abod, and the same shot once again, but he's been spoken to for punching incorrectly. But they're landing solidly enough, but not a scoring punch if it is a slap rather than a punch. Well, some repairs required to the right bootlace of Abad. So just over half a minute to go in this opening round. Abad started quickly, but then Arobio began to find the range with some hooks. There's a looping right hand over the top from Abad. Oh, beautiful reverse 1-2, and another left hand lands solidly. And it brings about a standing count. Arobio sent to the neutral corner by the referee. But that cluster of clean punches landed by the rapid-fisted Arobio, bringing about a standing count at the expense of Abad. Now look at the response that brings about from the Israeli boxer in red. Went after his man with some urgency, but couldn't really find a range. But the quality punch picking of Arobio paying dividends, producing a standing count and producing a clean sweep across the board in that first round. It was an aggressive start by Abad, but the more the round went on, it was flashing hooks like that. Landed by Arobio, which proved to be the more eye-catching punches, and eventually the two-fisted attacks produced an 8 count.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second round then. First one taken 10-9 for all of the judges in favor of John Arobio. He really does punch in combinations well, and he often does so while skipping off to his, or pivoting off to his left or right. Good right hand to the body. Left jab from Abad wasn't too far away. He comes back with the same shot once again. And there's another left hook landed after a right hand to the body from Arobio. Really is using bent arm shots at mid-range to good effect. Abad not utilizing his greater reach, fully committed to his attacks, but he's falling in, and he's falling into the punching range of Arobio. Beautiful right hand to the body, and then a right hook to the head landed by Arobio. Nice left jab landed by the man in blue. And then a nice right hand to the solar plexus landed by Arobio. Looking for the same shot once again, but didn't fully commit because his man was out of range, but then he walked him onto an overhand right. Arobio boxing very well through the first half of this second round. There's an exchange of jabs, but the more solid jab came from the shorter boxer. Terrifically timed to pick off Abad as he looks to spin off the line once again while firing out a left hook. Here is part of a 14-strong Colombian boxing team, 9 men and 5 women making up their ranks. Abad is part of a 4-strong team represented by only men. Abad trying a speculative right hand, but it was blocked effectively by the gloves of Arobio. Left-right combination was also blocked. He's looking for the same success once again, but look at that double right hand landed at mid-range, and then another right hand followed by a left-right combination by Arobio, and another flashing right hand. Abad's chin completely unprotected while he's unloading his own offense. He has no regard, seemingly, for what may be coming back, and what is coming back is repeated punches from the right flank of Arobio. Tucking up as he's moving into range. Oh. Somebody's lost a mouthpiece here. So the referee calling time. Didn't see a shot that dislodged it. And of course, if that continues to come out, that could prove to be a points deduction. And again, the COVID-19 protocols being observed diligently here. Referee not calling time in box until after picking up the mouthpiece. He had used the hand sanitizer to make sure that his latex gloves were disinfected, clean and ready to go. So a very good second round again, produced by John Arobio. Flashing punch picking during the course of that 3 minutes. One suspects he's going to take the second round. Well, he has done it, but not unanimously. The judge from Kyrgyzstan favoring the work of Abod, so it's 19 points apiece for that particular observer. The other 4 have Arobio up 20 points to 18, which is how high I see it here from ringside. Abod plenty aggressive, but keeps being picked off as he comes forward. And as he's trying to initiate exchanges, on several occasions he was picked off like that by right hands in particular, just there as well. So this man in a commanding position now as we prepare for the third and final round. So Abod still not able to establish his longer lead left hand. Arobio has demonstrated really good timing. There's a left-right combination where the right hand wasn't too far away from Abod. Tries to go down to the body, but look at that for a beautiful uppercut landed on the inside to the torso from Arobio. Looking to that left hook while he spins off clockwise once again, Arobio, and there it is in evidence once again. That's a flashing right hand landed by Abod, and then he brings a left uppercut into play. Abod really committed to his offensive salvos. But look at that, look at where that right hand came back to. It's going back to his pecs, and he put so much into it, stepping on the front foot, pivoting, exerting as he throws, and then it doesn't get back to the on-guard position, and that is why his chin has been so wide open during this contest. And Arobio has found it repeatedly, just as he did there with that left hook. Oh, that's a good right hook landed by Arobio. Well, there's no doubt about the punch resistance or the solidity of the chin of Abod. But of course, the best chins in boxing are the ones that don't get hit. And Abod's has been checked repeatedly in this contest. Now, Arobio's got to watch himself here, because if the mouth guard, there you go. The Italian referee saying to him, that's 2 times. And if it comes out again, that could be a warning, which will mean that he will lose a point, which means that he could get no more than 9 in the event that he was to win this round. So again, it's the responsibility of the boxers and their respective teams to make sure that the equipment fits correctly as Arobio lands a beautiful right hand. Stepping onto the front foot now, looking to back up his opponent from Israel. And Abod takes a solid left-right combination, and it brings about the second standing count of the contest. But again, he hasn't really paid much attention to the defensive side of the noble art. That's a rabbit punch because it went around the rear of the head after Abod was dipping coming in. And by neglecting and disregarding his defense, well, his chin has been checked repeatedly, Abod. Again, it stood up to it, but you don't want to be taking punches like they're vitamins. And Arobio has had plenty of success here throughout this contest with punches from both flanks. Good work to the body from Arobio, looking to bring those hands down further. Although truth be told, and no disrespect to Abod, he really doesn't need much help in that regard, because look at where Abod invariably sets up his... Oh, there's a cracking right hand once again. A scything blow swooping through from the right flank, followed by a left-right combination. Abod fiddling with his headgear. And in the meantime, Arobio helping himself to successful offensive attacks. A cry of celebration on the final bell, because there can be little doubt that it is John Arobio who will be going through to the round of 16 in the men's 60 kilogram lightweight division. He produced a really impressive display of punch picking, but in many instances he was presented with a target that was rather wide open. Abad not getting his hands back to the on-guard position, not bobbing or weaving. And so Arobio perhaps couldn't believe his luck here at this international level on the global stage and helped himself repeatedly, bringing about 2 standing counts, 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and it will be John Arobio who storms into the round of 16.
The winner of this bout by unanimous decision is the boxer from the blue corner, John Elin Arobio Siniestra, Colombia.
So John Arobio, a unanimous points decision winner by wide margins for the judges from Hungary and Argentina. A very good display of punch picking indeed. The coaches and the corner absolutely delighted, and it is Arobio who romps through to the round of 16 at the expense of Rani Abad of Israel. He was plenty tough, plenty game, but he presented his chin as an open target, and Arobio obliged him by scoring on it repeatedly. So that concludes the 12th and final bout of this 4th session of boxing here at the Hala Legionov. Join us again at 6 p.m. Central European Time, 6 p.m. local time, where we will be underway for the 5th session of boxing, where we've got action for the women's light fly, women's bantam, men's welter, and men's welterweight divisions, as well as women's welter as well. But we'll leave you with the results graphics from this 4th session of boxing, and join us again at 6 p.m. local time, 6 p.m. Central European time for further action from Kielce 2021, the AIBA Youth World Boxing Championships for men and women. Bye for now.